Does anybody love him? Oh, I love him. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. Can I get one witness? I love the Lord. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. Let me tell you why. Well, I love the Lord. Bright early this morning, He touched my body with a finger of love. That's why I love Him. Let me give you another reason why I love the Lord. He kept me close in my right mind. The old folks say, I got a reasonable portion of my health and strength. I'm wondering, is anybody here? Do you love the Lord? Look back on your life when you were down. God picked you up when you were sad. Didn't God make you glad when you didn't have no money to pay your bills? Then He step in on time. Won't He step in on time? That's why I love the Lord. Yeah, I love the Lord. 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 Oh yeah, I love the Lord. I love the Lord. Oh, I love the Lord.
Good afternoon, family and friends. This is the Deacon Talks Raw, and I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location. I did a car show yesterday, and I want to show y'all some clips from it. But I also want to get into dear customer, the auto buyer, the misconceptions of going to buy a car, whether it's online or in person, or things you should look for financing, paying cash, and a little bit of everything if I can do that. Hello, Deborah. Yeah, I love the Lord. Yeah. Okay, alive. All right. So, I'm going to start off with my first. I got 10 points. I'm going to go over all of them. Number one, if you have great credit, good credit, no matter what it is, when you go to a car dealership, you have all the leverage. Okay? The best way I say to get a car at a decent price or a great price is always come with all the money. That means going to your bank, tell them what you want, and then telling them how much money, because you already did your research, how much money you want to borrow. They will cut you a check, and then you can take that check to 25, 35, 45 dealerships till you get the best price. Okay? There's benefits to having decent, good, great credit. And those benefits you should be able to take advantage of, such as interest rates, terms, price, versus invoice, even getting some other things like 2 years worth of oil changes free, lube and tube, for 1 year free, stuff like that. So those are the benefits. Those are the benefits of doing that. Yes, Deb, I did put some of those clips out there on YouTube. I am going to play some of them here today for those who didn't get to see them. My next point, if you had great credit, but now you don't because life happens, uh, you know, going into the hospital, now hospital bills, or going through a breakup or divorce, and now all of a sudden everything's on you and your credit drops 100, 200 points, maybe even 300 points. These are those things I talked about first, you no longer have. And the reason why you no longer have them is because you're operating from a different position. So you go to the dealership, right? You need to buy a car, a new car, or a used car. And so you walk in, you pick out a car, you go on a test drive. The price is on the window. The price is not on the window. It doesn't matter. And once you fill out the paperwork and they run your credit, they see that you have issues. Not every bank, not every dealership deals with second and third and fourth chance credit. They just don't. And the reason why is they some dealerships discriminate because they want all their money. So they won't deal with a Drive Financial, Santander, one and the same, regional. They won't deal with a Westlake or CAC, Credit Acceptance. And the reason why they won't deal with them is because they want all of their money up front. Okay. And they when they fund the deal, when they send it in to be funding, they want 95% of the based on the vehicle that they just put out on the street. And the reason why they want that is because they know there's no recourse. So when I say recourse, meaning some banks say if they don't make the first or second payment or even the third payment, they can come back to the dealership and get their money back. This is something that customers just they do not know. And that's the reason why some banks, some dealers will send you away by saying you don't qualify, I don't have a bank that can finance you. And this is really for the people that had good credit, now they don't. And now you have to resort to going to buy here, pay here. And when you go to buy here, pay here, they might not, most of the times, don't pull your credit. They go off of what you have, like right then and there. You pay your rent on time, or you pay your rent. You might pay it late or whatever. You might have some accounts, outside accounts, because they don't pull your credit. So they look for stuff like Rent-A-Center, Aaron's, Badcock, Farmers, places that sell you stuff and you make payments on it. And they really don't use banks either because they got repo people too. They'll come to your house and, hey, we need our couch back. We need our dryer back, whatever you bought. Okay. And so with that, when you used to have great credit and now you're not used, now you're in that hole where 80% of customers are at, now you have to do things differently. It might not be no fault of yours. However, that is the nature of the beast when it comes down to car financing and the car business. My next point, and after this point, I'm gonna show some of what some of the video footage of what I did yesterday. Internet and what is that? What did I put in there? Internet newspaper buyers. Okay, so you're on the internet and you're searching for a vehicle, and you surfing the net, you going to different dealerships because you know who they are based on your area, and you're on the internet trying to see who has the best deal on a particular vehicle that you want, right? And you see it, and it says it's a Nissan Altima, brand new Nissan Altima, selling price 17,995. Well, you know the sticker price is 23,995, right? So that's a good deal. And so you call the dealership and ask to speak with a salesperson. Salesperson picks up the phone and he tells you that vehicle is available. And so after you done seen it on the internet or you read the paper ad that came in the mail for the day, and you run down to the dealership. You run down to the dealership and you get there, and there are four other people that seen the same ad. They seen the same ad that you saw, and now they're trying to get this particular car. Now I'm giving you insider information. The reason why that car is in the paper and it's brand new is it is called a loss leader. And dealerships do it all the time, whether it be the internet or in the paper. It is to get rid of a vehicle that they've had on their lot more than 200 days. And it didn't sell because it wasn't a good car. We're talking brand new car. It's the color, maybe somebody don't like the color. They don't like the interior. It's an automatic. Most of the time it's a manual. And they're like, uh, okay, I'm here to buy. I want the car that was on the internet in the paper. And then the salesperson picks you up and takes you to that vehicle. He takes you to that vehicle and you look over the vehicle. It's white. It has roll up windows. It has no remote to unlock the doors, and it's a 5-speed. Now you're like, I don't know how to drive a stick. Roll up windows, no remote. Who makes cars like this? All the manufacturers, for people who have kids that they want to buy them their first car, and it didn't cost them an arm and a leg to get it for them. This ploy, internet and the paper, is to get you into the dealership. The whole purpose of getting you into the dealership is to sell you a car that you want. So now you see this car, and now you're like, I can't go without roll up windows. Or in my case, I can't go without AC, because back then when I was buying cars, yeah, they made cars with no AC. None. Yeah, I bought a Cavalier 5-speed, roll up windows with no AC. My car payment was $237 a month. But it was brand new to me. The loss leader is a vehicle they can't get rid of. And so they put it in the paper to draw people in. Out of the 5 or 6 people that showed up on that particular vehicle, only one of them is going to buy that car, because everybody else wants something else. And this is when the salesperson upsells you. Well, I got something similar to that, but it's a little more. Okay. So the salesperson will take you to a white Nissan Sentra, power windows, power door locks, right? AC. And the first thing you're going to say is, can I get this for that price? No. Because now you got to pay for all the options. Power windows, power door locks, AC. The whole thing in a nutshell is to get you to buy the new car with the features you want so they can make more money. The loss leader is always the vehicle that's going to drive people in. We used to do it with the Nissan Maxima. Sticker price on the Maxima was all $30,000. And this was the base model. This is the base model maximum, $30,000. We put it in the paper for $25,995 or $25,999, and people will come looking for that car. It's got cloth seats. It's got cloth seats, no sunroof. All you getting is power windows and power door locks, and the radio, NAC. All that comes standard. And you're like, wow, I want more than that. This don't even have floor mats. And so, and so with that, basically he upsells you. Now you want a car with all of those features, floor mats, um, and anti-theft or backup whatever features you want in the vehicle, Bluetooth. He's now upselling you, and now instead of you paying $25,999 for a maximum, you paying $32,999 for a maximum. What's up, Sugar Shane? And so this is I say this is because on the internet buyers and people that read the newspaper, I don't think they read the newspaper anymore. They find these deals online on in the newspaper and they run to the dealership as fast as they can. When I was working for Dark Cars Nissan, we would do the ad, and the ad would come out on Friday. So people had the knowledge on Friday afternoon, evening, right? And they could take the newspaper, run out to the dealership, and buy the car that's in the paper for thousands of dollars below MSRP and a few $1,000s below invoice. Okay, that's all I got to say about the internet and paper buyer. Let me show you some stuff that we did this weekend. So, oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot, I deleted it. That is not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was this. I got to go back and find it. Check this out. This is from this weekend. That was one of the clips. Let me get out of here. Here's another one, right? Which one did I play first? Let's do this one. This is in Callahan, Florida. This is their fairground. Daggone, I wasn't even showing.
In our country, we shall all be free. Follow me to a place. Follow me.
Yes, I don't know why it's acting up. It was messing up on me. Now I gotta find the video. That's all right. So, so the next topic, I messed that little commercial segment all up. Customer has all the power in the end. And I reason why I talk about this a lot of times with people, when you go to a car dealership, you have all the leverage, all of it. Okay, you have all the leverage, and what I mean by that is, no matter where you are in the deal, you can just get up and walk away. No matter where you're at in the deal, and in some cases, you can bring the car back and drop it off. Deborah, some in tens and thousands, even some even spend hundreds of thousands in cars like these, especially the ones with all them daggone speakers. And so the reason why I tell people that they have the power, even if they have bad credit, they have all the power. You sit down and you sit down in the finance office, you get ready to buy the car, you ready to sign the paperwork, and you look at the contract and you see 21.99% interest. At that point, you could say, that's too high. You can get up and walk out. Even if you got real bad credit, you just get up and walk out. The customer always has the power. It is the job of the salesperson to make the customer believe they don't have any power. That is his job. You come into the dealership, they run your credit, your score is 492. Because they specialize in special finance, i.e., Eastern Motors, Southern Motors. My man pops in. What's up, Apostle J?
What's happening? What's happening, bruh?
All
Sorry.
right, yeah, we talking about. I'm talking about the car business right now. I am on. The customer has all the power. Um, Let me finish real quick. So in this aspect of you having all the power, you can say no to whatever deal they're giving you. You don't have to take it. I work for a buy here, pay here. So when customers come to me to buy a car, I already know the situation. They can have the greatest credit in the world, but they don't want their credit pulled. So they come to us to buy a car. Or there's no bank in the world that's going to finance you. So you come to buy here, pay here because they're not going to pull your credit and see you got three repos, one foreclosure, and a bunch of doctor bills on your credit. It's as simple as that. Um, Next thing, and this is important for people. If you have a trade, if you have a trade in, you go to the car dealership, right? You go to the car dealership, right, with your trade because you want to trade it in because you really don't have that much money to put down. However, you have a vehicle that you can trade in and you believe it has collateral. Number one, if you bought your car 3 years ago and you financed it, your car is still upside down in the financing. And so when you go to the dealership and you says, I want to trade my car in, I want to get this vehicle right here, right? They ran your credit is decent. However, if you buy this car right here, we're gonna have to put some negative equity on top of that vehicle. Okay. When they say negative equity, it takes 4.5 years to 5.5 years, depending on if you got a 6 year or 5 year loan, for you to be in the positive on your vehicle. Simple as that. If you have altered the vehicle from its original factory state, they can take off for it. So you bring your car in to trade in, right? It's a Chevy Impala. You got 20s on it, full custom, seats, custom stereo system, backup camera. You didn't put all this stuff in your car. Because it's not factory, they deduct. So your car, based on Black Book, because dealers only deal with Black Book or NADA, because the banks use NADA. Don't nobody use Kelly Blue Book. I'll be getting that's in another segment of the video. Because the car is not original, has original parts or OEM parts on it, yes, they can deduct. So your car would have been worth $6,500, let's say. But because you put all that other stuff on it, it's worth $5,000. You still owe $10,000 on the car. $10,000 is a lot of money. Owed on a vehicle, right? That's only worth $5,000 to the dealership. So this is how the dealership gets you. You want this vehicle, it has no rebate. The dealership is now persuading you to this other vehicle that may have a $2,500 rebate on it, and they could probably get you financed through the new car companies, finance company, whether it be Toyota, Chrysler, Nissan, Ford, whoever, because of the rebate. Back in the old days, right? Back in the old days, they used to always they'll send your car through the service department, tell the used car managers what's wrong with it, and then come back to you. You don't know what your car's worth because we didn't have the internet back then. Kelly Blue Book wasn't out or none of that. There was a big thick yellow book called NADA, and there's still a little tiny black book called Black Book. Those give out vehicle numbers, used car numbers, wholesale numbers. So the mechanic will say, "Oh, it's leaking here, it's leaking there. It needs this, it needs that." Come back in. They do the paper. They work up the deal, and they tell you, "Unfortunately, Mr. Jones, your car is only worth $3,000." Mr. Jones still owes $6,000 on the car. If Mr. Jones wants to continue the deal, he will have to add that $3,000 on top of the note, or come up with some money to offset the balance. It's just the nature of the beast. I tell people all the time, if you do not have to, don't trade your car in. Don't trade your car in. Go out, buy the car that you want now because you're good. Buy the car you want, or you and everything like that. And if you can't afford 2 payments, call the bank and tell them to come get it. That's all you gotta do. You already got your other car. Just call the bank and tell them to come get it. If you have a trade and you have equity in the vehicle, the dealer's not going to tell you that. When they run your credit report will show the balance on your vehicle. Sorry to say, but that's how banks report. And so they will offer you what the banks say you owe still. Or they'll offer you a number. They'll offer you a number, maybe $1,000, $2,000 more than what you owe. They don't, their whole thing is to get you in another car. And if they can do it and get you in another car and able to sell your car and make money off of it, they'll do it. Simple as that. Short story. I had a 99 35th anniversary Ford Mustang. I had the V6. I was liking the car, so I ended up taking the car down to Budds Creek, found a guy who built race cars. And he said, "What do you want?" I was like, "I got $5,000. I want the car to be much faster than what it is. But I wanted to stay looking stock." He was like, "Sure." So except for the exhaust. So I did dual exhaust out the back. Mine is a V6. It don't have the cutout bumper for a regular V8. However, all the work he did for the car made it sound like a V8, run like a V8, and everything. So when I went to go trade the car in, because my wife was intrigued at the time with the Intrepid and the Chrysler 300M that just came out, the dealership gave me $12,000 for the car. They didn't. Used car manager never popped the hood. He just heard it. And he thought, "Ooh, V8 and it's got a sunroof. Summertime coming up. Oh, I know we can sell this for $15,000." They put that number on the car. I bought the 300M, drove off the lot. I'm in finance, and the finance manager is asking me, "How you in equity and you just got this car?" Shrugged my shoulders. I signed the paperwork. I drove the 300M home to present to my wife. Years later, I'm working for Dog Cars, Nissan, Volvo, and we back then they used to do it was a certain kind of sale, tent sale, and every dealership, that was selected during that year would have all the used cars shipped to that one dealership or shipped to the stadium, because we did it at we also did it at Redskins Stadium. There was a dealership there that was closed down. We used that parking lot. Redskins owned it, on that property, and we would take every used car and send it to that spot. So I'm working this tent sale one day, and I'm looking at a vehicle that looks similar to mine. I'm looking it over. This looks familiar. I open the door and I look at the radio. This is my car. I go back in. I tell the used car manager, "I used to own that car." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I used to own that car." I go, I pop the hood. They took everything out of it. They took everything out of it that made the car go fast. They left the dual exhaust. They took everything else. A couple of years later, I'm driving on the highway. I'm driving my Nissan Spec V, and I'm balling. And I come up on that same Mustang, and I slow down and wind my window down. And I tell a lady driving it, we on 495. I tell a lady driving it, "I used to own that car." She was like, "How?" And I said to her, "If you look at the radio, there's a hole in the one button." She's like, "You did used to own this car." She says, "I loved it." I sped off and went home. I was able to do what I did. Why? Because I was in the car business and I understood. Some people, they hear it and they believe it. He listened to my car when he started it up. I could hear my car from inside the building. He drove it. He pulled back up in front of the building and he was like, "We can sell this car. Oh my God." Never once did he pop the hood and see that it was a V6 instead of a V8. That's just a nugget. Kelly Blue Book versus NADA and Black Book. I want to let you. let you all know something. Whenever a dealership advertises, oh, we'll give you Kelly Blue Book this or Kelly Blue Book that for your vehicle, best believe you're only getting fair Kelly Blue Book value for your trade in. We'll give you Kelly this, we'll give you, you're only getting fair. That's what they're going to give you. Why? Because your car is not showroom ready. Showroom means awesome. It means there's no blemishes. There's none of that. Yeah, that's how they work. That is how they work. NADA is what the banks use. And now NADA is what your states use if they're doing it when they do taxes on automobiles. Why? Because NADA give the most money. They get the most money. So when you go to the bank, or I'm gonna start from the beginning. When I go to the auction to buy a car for the dealership or for myself, I'm using NADA. So if I'm in the lane and a 350Z comes in and it has a donut tire on one of the tires, it's got some scratches, but that's it. NADA say the car is worth $19,000. NADA don't see the scratches or the donut and the regular tires in the trunk. They don't see all that. I see it. I bid on the car. I get the car for 12 grand. The car is shipped to the dealership. They fix the tire, put the regular tire on. They had the car detailed. Somebody comes in, polishes it all up. Now I can sell a car for $24,000 because NADA says the retail value on that car is $24,000. The bank looks at NADA whenever a car is being financed, and they look at NADA as that is the gospel. NADA says it's worth it. I'm just trying to tell you. Black book. Unless you are a dealer, there's only one way you can get a black book. That's the only way. You either go to the auction, buy the black book at the auction, or you get a subscription. You got to give them your dealer's license, and they ship the black book to you. This book changes monthly, quarterly. Numbers change all the time on particular vehicles. Black book is what you use when you go into the auction. I'm in the lane. I'm looking at a Nissan Maxima coming through. I'm looking at a current Camry coming through, and I got my book open, and they start the bidding. And I'm looking at my book. And if he starts the bidding at very clean, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. He might say it 4 or 5 times a bid number. After that, he's going down. He's coming down. Now he's in the fair to good range when it comes down to numbers. And most likely some African or Iranian will raise their hand and start bidding on the car. And the reason why I say that is because, yeah, they go to the auction too. These foreigners come over here and get into the car business. It's as simple as that. And they bid on the vehicle. They'll bid on the vehicle, give you numbers. Oh my God. I had an African with me. I tell him, do not bid on anything. I'm in the lane. He sees the Corolla. I was like, I help you get the Corolla. They come down to $1,200. I raise my hand. Somebody else raised their hand. Somebody else raised their hand for the next. Somebody else raised their hand. I'm looking, and the African is raising his hand to bid on the car. And I'm like, I get over there to him and says, "You can't raise your hand. You don't have a license. You in here as my driver." What does he do? He stopped bidding. I was like, "Now the car is at $2,000 when I could have got it for $1,500. Do you still want the vehicle?" And he shakes his head, "Yes, yes, yes." So I bid $2,000. He wins the bid. We get the vehicle. People pay too much for cars, used cars now, and I blame it all on cash for clunkers. If you do not remember cash for clunkers, that is the reason why the used car market is overblown. You're going to buy a used car and you feel like you're paying new car prices. Blame that. That would be because of Obama. He ruined the used car business. Let me go and show you show the clips that you guys miss that dummy me didn't play. I'm trying to remember which one was it. All right, let me go in here. Oh, y'all gonna love this. Y'all love this. Watch this. Now that I got everything going, hold on, let me hit play. We're back. This vehicle last year caught on fire. So we trying to see what we gonna do today. Rubber all over the place. Oh. Dang. The whole bumper came off. The whole bumper is off. Yeah, the whole bumper off. Cheese and crackers. Well, I thought the police car was gonna win, but the police car didn't lose that much stuff. Remember last year he caught on fire. He can't see worth crap. You couldn't see nothing back there. Wow. I'm gonna pause it. right there, mainly because he didn't even win. He didn't even win the burnout competition. I'm about to show you who did win real quick. Let me see something here. There we go. Show you who did win the. Oops, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna show you who did win the competition. Check this out. That's too wet. That's too wet. This is Call from CJ. Right now, we live right here. Next. We live right now and King of the South Show burnout competition. That was a Mustang you just seen. We about to get another contestant up in here. Don't forget, Tuesdays is the Deacon Talks Raw with Jake. You will see some of this footage during that show Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. What is the next one? They supposed to already been ready. It's done, you're ready. That is me, what you call as modified police. Okay, the police is coming. So now he was here last year. Oh yeah, that's the full center style. After this one, we're gonna go to a commercial break. Oh yeah. Okay. I think this is contributing to the delinquency of a minor right now. What y'all got going on? Oh my goodness. You know I'm gonna get this on tape. Hey, I need you to come this way and hit me. Just come this way and hit me. Hit the table and everything. They actually won. That's what I'm talking about. He is officially brainwashed. The only thing he's gonna do is drive fast cars. Commercial break. So my bad. So yeah, that little kid doing that, they ended up winning the burnout competition. And oh man, that was awesome from yesterday. If you go to the channel, I got I did videos of a lot of vehicles. Some vehicles came in for car audio, and they did. I gave out trophies for that. But let's get back to um, things that customers need to know when they're going to buy a car. If you have bad credit, earlier I told you you have all the power. You can leave at any time in the car buying process. However, you have no negotiating power. And the reason why I say this is because the dealership knows they're going to have to ask a favor in order to get you financed. And the reason why they're going to have to ask a favor to get you financed is because your score is below 620, 600. What I say to you is expect the worst when you show up at the dealership. If you buy a brand new car, it ain't going to be the car you want. It's probably going to be the least expensive new car that they have. So if you weigh 500 pounds and you go to the dealership, just believe you're going to leave in a Chevy Cruze, you're going to leave in a Toyota Yaris, you're going to leave in a Honda Fit, Ford Fiesta. And the reason why is because those cars come with rebates, and because you don't have the greatest of credit or you don't have good credit at all, this is what the bank is willing to finance you with because you have horrible credit. In some cases, a dealer will mark the price up $1,000 or $2,000 more because they know they're going to have to fight with a bank to try to get you financed. I was doing finance for a while, and I thank Eastern Motors for their tutelage because that's where I learned how to do it. Um, I remember I had a I had a sign on the demo that the dealership gave me. Good credit, bad credit, we got a bank that'll finance you. And people was wondering why my commission checks were so high. It was like because I don't look down on people because they have bad credit. Because I know what banks will give them a loan. And as long as that customer is willing to make that payment, I can put them in a vehicle. Back in the old days, the average car payment when I first started was $325. The average car payment today is $750. So right now, if you go to the dealership and you buy a mid-level vehicle, you're guaranteed to be paying $700 a month for a $30,000 car because that's mid-level vehicle. Versus when I was coming up, mid-level vehicle was 20 grand. You're looking at $325 to $400 a month, depending on your credit. Like I said before, as far as bad credit, your options are limited, but you still can buy a car. If you go to a dealership or like you got a family member work at a dealership, go see them. Find out who they use. If they use CAC, Westlake, Santander, Regional, ACC, any of these third and fourth credit banks, they can put you in a car. Know this though, when you have less than desirable credit, save money, have some money to put down. A good roundabout number is $1,500 down these days, $1,500 to $2,000. Back then, $1,000, $500 when I first started, Yeah, I can put you in a car. Eastern Motors, even at Dark Cars. My sister gave me $500 and I put her in a brand new Sentra. And so this is the thing you have to think about. Do you want to pay 24.99% interest or the state legal rate? Like in Virginia, the state legal rate when I first bought my car was 39.49%. And I paid it on a Ford Thunderbird. My payment was $246 a month. Insurance was $259 a month for this car. And the loan was for 36 months. I paid the car off in 20 months. Let's go to buy here, pay here. There's two types of buy here, pay here's. You have the ones that will keep your note and have you come pay every month to them. The other may keep your note or may sell your note. The may sell your note is the ones you need to look out for. Because all they're looking for you to do is make your first three payments on time. And then they're gonna sell your note to whatever bank that'll buy it. That could be CAC, Westlake, not Santana, but regional. Any one of these fourth credit banks, fourth chance credit banks, they'll sell your loan in a heartbeat. And their interest rate is going to be between 24.99% and 59.99% interest. Some states have caps on the max amount of interest you can charge someone. Be careful. Buy here, pay here can be a savior to you. I know when I first moved down here to Georgia and my Altima gave me issues, I walked up the street because I lived down the street from the buy here, pay here. And I walked on the lot and I seen a Nissan Maxima. He was selling it for $29.99, $400 down. I went to the ATM machine, got the money, and bought that car. I paid it off in 3 months. 6 months. I'm a Nissan guy, so I bought the car. I bought the car, and it lasted me 3 years until I bought another car from the same dealer. Been buying from him for the past 12 years. Past 12 years, I've been buying cars from him. The next thing, 9, the lemon law. Every state's lemon law is different. But in all 50 states, you can only apply lemon law to a brand new vehicle. There is no lemon law for a used vehicle. Not one. If you buy a car from an independent lot that only sells used vehicles, there's no lemon law. So if you drive it off the lot and the next day you blow the head on it and they don't run no more, unfortunately you're out of gas. When you go to a buy here, pay here lot, I suggest you go to the buy here, pay here lot and buy what's going to get you from A to B. You don't go to buy here, pay here to buy what you want. Oh, they got a new Charger down there. I'm going to go get it. Oh, they got a Mustang on the lot. I'm going to go get it. No. Mm-mm. Oh, they got a Honda Accord. They got a Toyota. No. You want something that you know it's got reasonable miles or low miles. It's going to get you back and forth because you're not going to buy here, pay here to buy the dream car. You're going to buy here, pay here to buy a vehicle that you can afford, that you know is going to last you for a certain amount of time until you can get back on your feet. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. There is no lemon law. All right, Red. There is no lemon law on used cars. If you look at, there's every used car dealership has an as is in the window. That as is going to say 30. There's a 30-day warranty, 30-day 1,000-mile warranty on it, or it's going to be sold. Say it's going to say sold as is, no warranty. Simple as that. You may run across a buy here, pay here, like I did, who takes care of his customers. He's been in business a very long time. He wants people coming back. So if you buy the car and 3 days later the transmission starts slipping, he's gonna fix the transmission because he wants you coming back. He wants you to make the payments. Some are, he does this also. You done had the car 6 months, 7 months, and now all of a sudden it's doing something funky and you calling for help because there's no warranty on the vehicle. And so he might split the cost with you, put the, a balance on the back of your loan. So your car is fixed now, but then you still gotta pay extra payments after your loan is paid out. But hey, your car is fixed. Buy here, pay here is super risky. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is. However, when somebody refers you to a buy here, pay here, it's because they've experienced that dealership and they sell decent vehicles. The owner will stand behind his vehicle and will help you in case you're in need and not shrug you off like some dealerships do. Next and last is repos. If you don't make the payment on your car, the bank gonna blow up your telephone until they can't blow it up no more, and then they're gonna send a repo man to come get the car. Okay. This is what you have to worry about when it comes to repo. I'm gonna start with the banks first. Banks versus buy here, pay here. The bank, the bank and your municipalities, your police stations, they talk to each other. So if they're looking for a car, right, that's registered in this certain area, the police, the police gonna give them all the information. So you might have moved to Georgia from DC and you done change your insurance and change the address on your insurance. Guess who else gonna get that address? The bank. They all talk to each other. All of a sudden, you hear a diesel sound outside your window. That's them snatching your car. How they find me? I moved. They all talk to each other. They all talk to each other. Banks will give you, it's like a 3 month grace period. The whole thing in a nutshell, because the bank really don't want your car. They want you to make your payments because they know they're going to lose by running it through the auction. They'll lose by running it through the auction. So they want you to make your payments. So they give you a grace period. They'll call, you'll talk to them. I tell everybody, talk to your creditors and make arrangements. Don't ignore them because and all of that and fight with them. You know you behind. You ain't making no payments. Talk to them. Okay. When it comes down to buy here, pay here, you can miss your payment by 1 day and they can come get it. They can come get it. And that's the law. Georgia Independent Auto Dealers Association. You can miss one payment by 1 day and they can come get your car. You don't have no grace period. You don't. There's no lemon law when it comes down to used cars. There is none. You bought the car used. The used car person checked the car out as best they could going back. And as far as they know, the car drives fine. They drove it, the owner drove it, the secretary drove it. It drives fine to them. They didn't know of any of these issues until you bought the car. There's no limit law. It's a used car. It's gonna have issues, especially if it's 10 years old, 15 years old. It's gonna have issues. 8 years old, it's gonna have some issues. So used car is not brand new. It still got a bunch of original parts on it. Repo man, though, if you hear the sound of a diesel and you behind on your payments, you might want to get up and run to your car and jump in it. I'm being sarcastic. I'm sorry. No, I haven't, Deb. Have you ever seen Toe the Goat out of Cleveland? But listen, listen. Here's the deal: buy here, pay here. They don't need a grace period. You can be behind one day, and they can send a tow man to come get your car. Most buy here, pay here guys, car dealerships, if they don't have a tracker on your car, they got a starter interrupter. I heard of a guy that kept his car running for 6 weeks because he ain't had a car payment. Even when he went to bed, the car was on, running. So the starter, because he knew if he cut the car off, the starter would not start back up again because he was behind on his payment. That starter interrupter, ooh, that's a beast. I've been trying to get my boss to put him on there. He's afraid if he hit the starter interrupter, the car cut off on 95. It won't. It only works once the person turns the car off. Then he can't start the car no more. He has to call and get a code from the owner or from the bank in order for the car to restart. There are trackers on vehicles. I'm not going to tell you where the trackers are because that would be a conflict of interest since I do work for buy here, pay here. But yeah, trackers are on the vehicle. So when you do your insurance, tell them, yes, there's a tracker on your vehicle. It will lower your insurance premium. Why? Because some of y'all buy high risk vehicles that are stolen all the time, i.e., Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Mopar, Chargers, Challengers, Chrysler 300. They're the most stolen vehicles. And if there's a tracker on the vehicle, the insurance company will lower your rate because of it. Because it can be found. It can be found in a short period of time. So sometimes you can be happy because you got a tracker on your car. That is it for my 10 commandments for customers buying vehicles. Apostle J, you got anything? You got any questions? I can probably answer them.
Nah, I ain't got a. I just wish I can come down there and buy from you.
Now listen. Some buy here, pay here lots. They are they're discriminatory. Reason being because it's much more work to finance a car to a person from out of state, and that's why they don't do it. Another thing with buy here, pay here, especially if they've been in the business a long time and the owner's an old guy, that means he's experienced some things. People from between the ages of 18 and 24, they probably tell them they need a cosigner. You know, that they'll tell them they need a cosigner. Why? Because those are most likely the people that will not make their car payments. And the reason why they never been taught. They never been educated on, hey, you got to make your car payment. You got to do this. Here, come with mama. We're going to pay the rent. I'm going to show you how we pay the rent every month. That's embedded into a child's mind. When they get older, they know, okay, I know I'm gonna have a rent, mortgage, and if I buy a car and I finance it, I'm gonna have a car payment. It's as simple as that. Any other question?
Nah, no.
Are you?
I'm just basically on here to support you. You know. And
Amen.
at the same time, I learned a lot from what I heard.
No problem. Are you going on tonight?
Yeah, 7:30.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Thank everybody for coming and listening. Deborah, I'm glad you sat through the whole thing. Thank you, and everybody else that came on and contribute. Um, I think I might do a mortgage or mortgage real estate one in this next month coming and whatnot, because people need to be aware. People need to understand what a forensic audit is on a mortgage. They need to understand what securitization is in reference to buying a home. 85% of mortgages have been sold and are in asset-backed securities traded in the stock market, or they're in private trust between 6 to 20 different banks, and they get paid based off you making your payments on your mortgage. So I'll get into that the next time. I want to thank everybody for coming on. This is the Deacon Talks Raw, and we're gonna go ahead and head out. You know me, I gotta catch a flight. I gotta be on my man's show.
At least internationally, travel to
London, Paris, Tokyo, Japan, go to New York, LA, Chi-Town.